Today I went to the laboratory where I had my photographs developed. Yet I realized there was at least one roll of film missing. After repeated requests, the photographer sent back my films developed, but the one I took of the Yototo Indian in chains has been abstracted. The laboratory refused to print any by saying that the company had stolen the film. The photographer explained that everyone in town knew I had found many Indians in chains and that I had photoed them. I look at the big, soft-eyed faces, averted and downcast, and I wonder where that heavenly power can be that for so long allowed these beautiful images of himself to be thus defaced and shamed. The Indians are doomed to extinction, and the Peruvian Amazon company to liquidation and prompt disappearance. Such, I am afraid, is the case. And what then? Can any international outcry and intervention be effective to compel Peru, Colombia, and Brazil to protect their Indian peoples? I fear not. Took several photos of the ground and trees and a stream beyond. It's very hot, not even a breath of air. From the earliest times, we find civilized man a destroyer. He slew trees as he slew the inhabitants. As the Spanish invaders of Mexico did with the forests of the Aztec plateau, so the English invaders of Ireland did with its great woodlands. They were almost completely destroyed. The Amazonian forest is very far from being entirely known. A very large number of specimens have been neither classified nor described scientifically. For many years to come, the botanical investigation will have free scope in a field which is practically unlimited and where most curious discoveries may be made. This afternoon I took my tickets for Belém de Pará. I am convinced the only chance of bringing about a better state of things in the Putumayo is that the Peruvian government realize that if they don't, we will let the world know the truth. My work is over on the Amazon. I have fought a stiff fight, and so far as one man can win it, I have won. But what remains behind, no man can see. So, adieu to the Amazon.
What the British government do with that report is that they use it to create a huge scandal around the world. And that scandal essentially brings an end or quite a huge shift. Maybe an end is too strong. British venture capitalism on the frontiers of empire. And this, in the end, was, I suppose, a sort of masterstroke of subversion, undermine the reputation of the British Empire. So the story, in some ways, that has come through in different countries bordering the Amazon, that Casement brought the rubber industry to an end, is actually true.
Hace 2 años, poquito más, llegó un compañero de Irlanda y con él tuvimos ese acercamiento. Él nos dio a conocer que había un señor que escribió por donde él pasó y miró todo ese suceso que pasó aquí en La Chorrera.
Sí, sobre Roger Casement he leído el libro azul. Y en esa veeduría que él hacía, pues él se dio cuenta de todo lo que estaban pasando, la esclavitud que estaban viviendo nuestros antepasados.
Si el señor Roger no se hubiera manifestado de esa manera, dar a conocer al mundo qué es lo que estaba pasando, yo creo que nosotros hubiéramos totalmente exterminados.
Between 1905 and 1910, for 4,000 tons of rubber to be produced, more than 30,000 Indians have died. In the end, no one was punished for these terrible crimes. Not even one. Infamy. Just as the reports about the Putumayo River scandals have not changed anything, I believe that in Ireland we are following the same line. We are to some extent like the Putumayo Indians, subdued by a powerful empire, and that only by means of an armed insurrection will the system be changed.
After 3 years of carrying out the investigation in the Amazon, Casement returns to Ireland, and by that time he's increasingly preoccupied by the disintegrating political situation there. But the poverty in the west of Ireland is such that there are still people dying from just basic malnutrition. And he once again points the finger at the systemic brutality of global capitalism, functioning out of sight on the periphery and committing crimes that essentially nobody is being prosecuted for. And so once again he picks up his pen and he begins to write very maliciously against mainly the British Foreign Office, but against imperial power. And he starts revealing secrets that really should never have been revealed. He begins to essentially advocate for more radical formations of resistance. He is one of a number of figures who successfully and strategically bring guns into Howth, just north of Dublin, and arms the Irish Volunteers. Casement was also very supportive of the shift in the women's movement to taking a more militant action. And in 1914, he decides to go to Germany. When the plans for the rising start to percolate through to Berlin, Casement essentially starts to plan his return to Ireland. And that return is extraordinary. He returns eventually in April 1916 on a submarine and comes into Ireland in Bannostrand. And there he hopes to liaise with a boat carrying 20,000 rifles. But the coordination of the plan is a disaster. The Ord, which is the name of the ship that's carrying the rifles, is intercepted and captured, and the boat is scuttled, and Casement himself manages to land, and they come ashore, and within a few hours, Casement is arrested and then taken quite swiftly out of Ireland to London and placed in the Tower of London.
charge of high treason involves a moral responsibility, as the very terms of the indictment against myself recite, inasmuch as I committed the acts I am charged with, to the evil example of others in the like case. What was this evil example I set to others? And who were these others? The evil example charged is that I asserted the rights of my own country, and the others I appealed to aid my endeavor were my own countrymen. The example was given not to Englishmen, but to Irish men and Irish women. And the like case can never arise in England, but only in Ireland. To Englishmen I set no evil example, for I made no appeal to them. I asked no Englishman to help me. I asked Irishmen and Irish women to fight for their rights. The evil example was only to other Irishmen who might come after me, and in like case seek to do as I did. I die for my country. Self-government is our right, a thing born in us at birth, a natural right. There is nothing more important than the right to feel the sun or smell the flowers or to love our kind.
no uaika hika kakaine hika kakaine. Tidura no merura no